It's fix-up day here on For Your Home, and I'm putting the accent on up because I've got some fabulous upgrades that you can do to your home. It's going to change the way you enjoy living there.
When we're making our windows and doors, and even when we're not, Pella is helping to protect our environment in communities across the country through forest stewardship, pollution prevention, waste management, and other green initiatives. Not only because it's good for business, but because it's the right thing to do. And frankly, it's just part of the way we've always done things. Because at Pella, we believe we're not just making windows and doors for houses, we're making them for the people who live inside. Pella, viewed to be the best.
What's on your wish list? Is it a backyard pool, maybe a rose garden? How about a screened-in porch or a fire pit? This is Mary Beth and John's backyard, and as you can see, they have got lots of wide open spaces. They decided to invest in their new home by adding some outdoor living space, including a screened-in porch and a fire pit. Take a look at what motivated them.
When we moved to this neighborhood, we loved it. We loved the house. It was big, beautiful. We had a beautiful backyard for the kids to play in, but it was just plain. We wanted something more. We always wanted to build our own patio, build our own sunroom.
One thing that was important for us also was being maintenance free. Being that we're out all day working, come home late, we didn't want the weekends to come and have to spend half that weekend outside cleaning up or fixing up things. So the way this is working out with the patio and the screen room will give us an opportunity to go out there and enjoy the space instead of having to worry about fixing up and keep cleaning up all the time.
Now this is wood, and remember one of John's big requirements for this space was low maintenance or no maintenance. But I think our next guest has probably got the solution to that problem. Hey Rick, how you doing?
Good, how are you, Vicki?
I'm doing great. This is Rick Capers, and he's with Versatech, and he's going to give us a hand with this project. Okay, John wants a maintenance-free screened-in porch.
Sure.
Wood can really require a lot of upkeep. How are we going to help him out?
Well, you need the wood on the job for obvious reasons. It's a structural element to the project. But you don't want to see the wood, because if you see the wood, you got to either stain it or paint it or what.
Power wash it, clean it up. It's a lot of work.
And it's going to require maintenance. So what we do is we use a cellular PVC. A cellular PVC is unique in that it has the characteristics of wood. Cut it, route it, nail it.
Yeah, I saw
you
you guys working with it. It's tremendous.
But it doesn't take on any moisture. Bugs won't eat it, and you can hide the treated wood and not have any maintenance issues, so we take care of that aspect.
Well, you know, it looks absolutely beautiful. And when I look at this post over here, usually when you do traditional, methods of encasing something or wrapping it, you're still going to see the overlap on all the edges. Yeah. But this looks just seamless.
Yeah, well, what this is, cellular PVC comes in all different shapes and sizes, sheets, boards, corners, everything. This is a unique assembly because it's a one-piece column wrap. You can see this cellular PVC basically is V-grooved, and then what you do is you put PVC cement in there, and basically the builder would take it and just wrap it, snap that joint together there.
Just like tongue and groove.
Tongue and groove it together, and then once that glue settles in all the joints, they'll come back and then they'll peel the tape off, and voila, you got a treated post that's completely hidden.
You know, that is absolutely beautiful. I really love the way that looks. Now, the ceiling, what are we going to do up here, though? We're going to have to go back to wood here?
No, we can hide that as well, and we can hide it with a decorative element. This is a tongue and groove beaded profile that would ship together, kind of a shiplap assembly on the ceiling. It would be nailed up through this flange right here, just, again, like wood. But then when you put it together, you got that beautiful bead, and that'll be your porch ceiling once that's all done. And again, no maintenance.
And this is like the old-fashioned porch, but with no old-fashioned work to it.
Exactly.
I love that.
Stand the test of time.
Okay, this is white, and that's one of my favorite colors, but let's say you wanted to paint this. Is that possible?
Absolutely. Cellular PVC products, again, are just like wood, but without the moisture. So if you want to paint them, say match the siding color on the house with a light beige, you can use latex paints. They adhere just like wood.
Well, you know, you've really solved John's issue about the maintenance out here. I really appreciate it, Rick. It's a great product. Okay, we have everything under control in the screened-in porch, but How about our fire pit and patio? Let's check in on Eric and see how he's doing with that. Well, this side of the backyard living space looks like it's coming together perfect. What do you think?
It really is. We're excited.
I am too, and I know that Mary Beth and John are going to love it. It looks like we've solved all the issues about the maintenance in the porch. Out here, the pavers, no maintenance here, is there?
Other than washing it down, there's no maintenance to paver patios.
Well, you know, I love the way that they look too. It's so much nicer than, say, cement, and the glare off of cement is so hot in the summertime that this is a much cooler surface to have in place.
It is. It's very comfortable on the feet, and it is a warmer, more aesthetically pleasing look.
I think so too. Now, the fire pit, this has got to be one of the most popular features you have to be putting in backyards nowadays.
People love fire features, and a fire pit is great. It's affordable. It's aesthetically pleasing. You can roast marshmallows right on the cooktop or hot dogs. Just get the whole family or your neighbors to really enjoy the whole experience.
Just kind of walk up and sit down and enjoy it. And this, I love what you've done over here, this little seating wall kind of thing.
Isn't this great? It's a complimentary color sitting wall with low voltage lighting. Really makes for a great conversation, very relaxed evening.
It does. It's just sort of like, okay, let's build a fire and let's start partying right here. Well, I can't wait to see how it all turns out. This is really coming together great.
It is.
Mary Beth and John's dream backyard turned out perfect. Now they have a beautiful porch that they can enjoy year-round. The fire pit is a great addition to the new brick paver patio. And the best part is, John got his maintenance-free backyard. Have you ever made a decorating mistake? Well, I know I've certainly made my share. This homeowner did too. They thought that the solution for this busy area in their house would be ceramic tile. After a few years though, they've found it's really difficult to keep the acrylic caulk between the tiles clean. So what's the answer? Let's rip it out of here and put in hardwood floors. Now we do have a transition problem between old hardwoods and new hardwoods, but I think we've found the solution. We're going to do a great border treatment. You know how I'm always telling you to take the labels off your rooms and use them the way your family needs to? Well, these homeowners are doing that by making this a home office. Problem is, they don't like the way it looks when they come into the room from the front door or when guests arrive. So, back here where it's the dining room, we're going to take the label off of this room and just switch them. As long as we have to move all the furniture out to do the new hardwood floors, we might as well move the furniture around and get it just the way we want. So this dining room is going to go in here. It's going to be beautiful when you come in the front door. The home office, it's going to come back here, right off the kitchen, easy to access. This is going to be a great fix-it-up project that is going to work perfect for this busy family. The homeowner and the movers got busy clearing out the space so the new flooring could be installed. They selected maple floors. They are beautiful, tough, and dent-resistant, just what a busy family needs. The flooring is pre-finished with an exclusive high-abrasion aluminum oxide finish with a 50-year warranty. Because they're pre-finished, there is no messy sanding, no smelly fumes, and you can walk on them the same day they're installed. Is your master bedroom looking a little frumpy? If so, it's time to spend a little effort and money to revitalize this important room in your home. Now, most of us don't need a complete makeover, just some refreshing touches. One of the quickest ways to clear out the clutter is to replace tired bedding with something more stylish and refreshing. One of the quickest ways is to clear out the clutter and replace tired old bedding with something that is more refreshing and stylish. This bedroom is a perfect example. The nightstands have become a home for everything that doesn't belong there. Cell phones, car keys, coffee cups, magazines, mismatched picture frames. The other side, well, it's not any better. You know, it's really important for your master bedroom to be a place that you can go in and rest and relax. So the clutter, get it out of there. Now for the bedding, well, you know, it looks fine in the magazines when they have this hotel look going, but it really gets kind of dull. I've got a great solution that will really spark up this bedroom. I love this transformation. To go from blah to something that is this inviting and has this much color, that's what I love. Now, we've got a lot of color going on in here, but the primary background is still cream, like our headboard, so it all works really well together. Now, when you're shopping for linens, think about choosing some of your favorite colors with that neutral undertone. Also look for bedding that is reversible. That way in the summer or different seasons you can flip to the other side. Go ahead and spend a little extra money and buy the matching sheets, because then if you want to in the summer months, you can turn back just the sheets with a matching quilt or comforter at the foot of the bed. Up here we've got some great Euro shams that are nice and full and large, bringing the color all the way down. Now if your partner hates a lot of pillows, you could still get a great look without these 3 pillows here with just our 2 shams. Now, another thing you want to do with your room is don't just stop with the bed. Remember those messy nightstands we had? Well, we cleared off the clutter, and in place we added some beautiful fresh flowers, a turquoise flower pot that really ties in that color. You know, we've got several shades of turquoise, so we're playing off of that. We've got matching picture frames here, so that's a nice look as well, instead of all those cluttered, different colored frames. And remember all the messy stuff that you have on the edge of your nightstand? Try getting just a basket that will slide under a shelf or fit up on the top of your nightstand to throw the car keys in, the TV remote, the receipts, all of that clutter that we saw once before. Spending just a little bit of time and putting in some real thought to the linens that you select for your bedroom will save you so much more money than totally replacing everything. Just think about the bedding. You know, we didn't change the wall color, we didn't change the artwork, we didn't change the lamps, just the bedding. Now, this is my favorite color because I love aqua and lime greens, but maybe you would like something that's maybe a little more earth tone. This would be a great choice for you. Still got great rich color to it, a neutral palette. It would work just as well in this room. So, you have a lot of latitude when all you need to do to fix up your room is fix up your bed. The entryway to our home speaks volumes about what awaits our guest right on the inside of the door. But most of us don't pay much attention to our front entrances. A lot of times we come home, we go in through the garage, and it begins to look a little shabby. So today I want to challenge you. When you go home, I want you to approach your house like it's the very first time you ever saw it. Take a look at it. How do your porch lights look? How does your door look? Can it be improved? I think that you'll find that it needs a little TLC. Take a look at this home. It's a real beauty. Any of us would be proud to call it home, but it can use some help. The door just really isn't that inviting. So I decided to take on the challenge and let me show you how I improved that view. Oh, what do you think? It's a great change, isn't it? Now, this was just a plain looking porch, and now with this beautiful new entryway system, we have really dressed it up. Now, I selected a wood finish door. This is solid wood, and I left it this color because I wanted to just really speak volumes of a classy entrance. To really top it all off, the bevel glass. These are insulated panels. Now that means that the bevel glass is between 2 other pieces of glass, one on the front, one on the back. That makes it energy efficient, and it'll also protect this beautiful stained glass. The background glass in this has a distorted pattern to it, so when you're on the inside of the house, you can still see out, but people can't see in that easily. And that's what you want when you have this much glass surface, is privacy right along with the beauty. To save energy and money, it's always a great idea to look for the Energy Star rating on any building products that you're adding to your home. That includes quality doors and windows. Now, Energy Star is a government-based program that helps businesses and consumers like us really qualify products to bring into their home. You're going to find Energy Star ratings not only on quality doors and windows, but you'll also find it on appliances, office equipment, electronics. Look for that star and you know that you're doing a good job for your wallet and for your environment. Now, there are other changes that we did on this porch as well. and that is the front porch lights. We had our electrician replace the old tarnished ones that were here before with these beautiful new black and bevel glass light fixtures. Again, we're matching the bevels in the light fixtures with the bevels that are in the doorway, carrying the whole theme across. We also had a few other things to do, and that's the porch furniture. Love the way these 4 rocking chairs really welcome you to this southern style porch, but a fresh coat of paint, some fun colorful pillows, and then of course I had to throw that black and white polka dot one in because it's so nice and whimsy. You always want to have a little fun with your decorating. Now, right outside the doorway, we added a really nice doormat. This is just very simple. It's got a little black Greek key around the outside. The natural sisal color ties in beautifully with the wood grain on our doors. So, when you're thinking about redoing your front porch, think about your door, your lights, your furniture, and don't forget to add some beautiful container gardens. It always sets it off and sets the perfect tone to welcome your guest. Even if you've never gardened before in your life, you can create spectacular container gardens in just a couple of hours. Now, several years ago, I bought these wonderful black metal planters. What I found out was the planters weren't as expensive as I thought they were. What was expensive is how many times I replanted them year after year. So this year I decided that I was going to use some great perennials in my containers. That way, I don't have to replant them every year. So if you're on a budget, think about that. Okay, first you want to start with some great dirt. And in a container, you should always throw out the dirt from last year and put in fresh potting soil so that you have more nutriments in it and it has some great additives with it. Trying to use that old soil just makes your plants struggle. Now, one of the secrets to a container garden is to have things that go down and things that go up. So on the corners, I'm going to plant this great Baltic ivy right here, and it has a variegated leaf to it. And one of the things that you want to remember in your container gardens is variety. So having the variegation on the leaves is more interesting than just plain dark green. Okay, the next plant I want to add to the container are phlox. And we kind of had a bad rainstorm last night, so some of these are a little worse for wear, but they'll perk right up in just a couple of days. And this is a perennial, so it will come back year after year. And this is a perennial that blooms from spring right into autumn. That's the kind you want to look for, because in a container you always want there to be color. Now, this is a knockout rose bush. It's a yellow rose bush, and you can control how large it gets simply by pruning it back each fall. Now I'm going to take it out of the bucket, dig ourselves a nice big hole. In fact, let me grab my bigger spade that I have over here. This is actually an ice scoop, and it's one of my favorite gardening tools. Now, when you plant a rose bush, or any plants as far as that goes, it's really important, grab a bucket to put some of this dirt in, it's really important for you to not dig your hole too deeply. You want to be sure that the plant is deep enough that it can grow, but not so deep that you cover the original level of the dirt. So, put our rose bush in, wiggle it down, and see we're just at the height we want to be. Because when you press it down, you'll get out all the air pockets and you'll be in a good shape. Work your dirt around the front of the bud and around the back of the pot. Okay, I'm going to come in here and top off with some more of the dirt that I took out. And see how nice it is to work with this kind of nice fresh dirt. It's got lots of, nutriments in it. It also has some water suspenders in it, so you don't have to water as often. Now, all I have to do is continue the same process on the other side of my container. I've planted 4 of these great containers to line my sidewalk up to the front of my house and at the side of my house. Now, don't forget about the entrance to your garage. Depending on where you live, your garage door may be the biggest part of your house that faces right to the street. If that's the case, you really need to break up all of that boring space with a container garden. Now, I want a container garden that's tall because it's a big garage door, so you need something that can carry the size of that. A vine is a perfect choice. This is the vine that I'm going to use. I have a cement container here to go into, and I'm going to just gently catch a hold of it. I've cut the sizes of the sides of the pot. That way I don't have to manhandle it quite as badly. And you want to set that down in there. And now The trick is to get rid of this little trellis because the little trellis is never going to be big enough to get the height I want. What I'm going to do is take it off this trellis and swap out with this large metal trellis. Now, these are available at your garden centers, and if you don't like the color of it, this one was looking kind of bad, I just used a little spray paint and painted it black. That way it won't stand out that much from the vine. Remember, when you're spray painting though, don't do it in your driveway because you could end up with a bigger mistake than when you started. I like to do it in the grass on a drip cloth. That way if I overspray, the next time I mow my backyard, all my mistakes are gone. Now, the secret to getting a plant off a trellis like this is to take a big flat head screwdriver, put it right in there, and then just gently pry away the staples. Okay, take your time and pry that loose. Then you want to just gently slip that right out. You want to work your way all the way down, get this vine off the trellis. If you try to unwind it, you're going to break it. So, get it off the trellis first. Go ahead and put your dirt around the bottom of it and plant it. Now we've got it off the trellis and I need a little help, so I've asked my trusty crew member here to hold on to the plant so that I can position our trellis over the top of it. And we want to just get this into the four corners of our pot. You got it over there, babe? Okay. All right, now then gently, don't shove it yet. Let me lift this up. Make sure you get them all up. Definitely a two-person job. Now you can push it. Whoops. You're clear everywhere?
Got it.
Okay, so we're going to push that right down. It'll anchor itself. Thank you, dear. Now you can start having some fun by taking your trellis and just take each one of these loose little vines that you have here, come out to your edge of your new trellis, and just start gently winding it around. You're just going to train it. And once you get it to this point, it's just going to take off on its own and it'll just start climbing right up this. And all summer long we'll have these beautiful white flowers. Now remember, great container gardens go up and they also go down. Once you get your trellis in position and you get your vines on it, then I'm just going to tuck some of this variegated English ivy right along the edges of this pot, so it'll just trail down, so it'll be really beautiful. And because this is a perennial, it'll stay nice and green all winter long as well. So if you've got a garage and it faces the street, add some curb appeal. A tired, stained roof can take thousands of dollars off the value of your home. Plus, a roof leak, well, that can lead to costly repairs. Take a look at this house. It's a nice house, wouldn't you say? But the first thing that catches your eye when you look at it is the stained roof. Now, mold on a roof can sometimes be cleaned off, but I'm afraid other times it has to be totally replaced. So if mold on the roof is an issue in the area that you live in, when you get ready to put that new roof on, look for some of the newer shingles that have a mold inhibitor that's built right into them so you don't have this problem again. But replacing a roof, well, that's a great decorator opportunity for you to upgrade the look of your house. But I want you to do a little research before you make that decision. The first thing to consider are fixed features. Now, these are the permanent design elements of your home that need to be taken into consideration, such as the foundation, perhaps a partial stone or brick wall, pathways. Each one of these features are going to be permanent features of your home. They all may be different materials, but what they have in common is usually a unified color that runs through all of them. Identify this color and you're well on your way to being able to match up your house and your roof. The next thing to consider would be regional colors. Whether you live in the Southwest or the Midwest, the West Coast, each region of the country generally has prevailing colors based on the housing styles. You want to determine what is the prevailing color in your area. Mostly that's the roofs you see a lot of. So take a drive through your own town and stick with those regional colors. The next thing for you to consider is the environment and your surroundings. Is your home in a rural setting or is it downtown? Are you near the waterfront, a desert, or a mountain? Temper the colors to complement your surroundings and the natural colors around you. And in your neighborhood, look for color hints from your neighbors' homes. The goal here is to stand out while still fitting in. The style of your home is an important thing to consider. Remember that color supports your home's style and architecture, never the other way around. And the most important consideration in all of this is who puts the roof on for you. Always select a good, qualified roofer, make sure they're insured, and ask for some references. If you don't know where to start, ask your neighbor who might have just had a new roof put on if they were satisfied with the work. Remember, your roof is only as good as the installation. And if all those decisions are too tough for you to make, well, you can do like these homeowners did, and they decided to stay with the same color they had before. Plain old black. Looks great though, and it won't mold because it's got those great inhibitors built right in. We sure shared a lot of projects today that will help you fix up your home and enhance its value. I hope you found at least one that you can't wait to try at your house. Join me next time right here when I'll have more great ideas for your home.
When we're making our windows and doors, and even when we're not, Pella is helping to protect our environment in communities across the country through forest stewardship, pollution prevention, waste management, and other green initiatives. Not only because it's good for business, but because it's the right thing to do. And frankly, it's just part of the way we've always done things. Because at Pella, we believe we're not just making windows and doors for houses, we're making them for the people who live inside. Pella, viewed to be the best.
Do you want to know more about the projects today or our guests? Visit us on the web. You're going to find great behind-the-scenes shots, streaming video, project ideas. We even have an e-newsletter with tips and ideas. It's foryourhome.com.